Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR crew mode. I want to start off by saying apologies, obviously for no upload on the weekend. I've had a very busy time at work recently and I've also got this annoying cough/flu thing back. So that's been a nice kick in the teeth as well. But if you are not all caught up with the series, then make sure you go and check out the playlist. Obviously, every single episode is up there, including this one. So make sure you get yourself nice and caught up. And then if you are caught up, then of course, welcome to today's episode. Because I have not been 100%, I'm not doing quite as many games per episode. If I can today get through the 4 games that are December, then I will. And it will open us up to the next episode is in January. So that is the plan. I'm going to try and do that. Not too much waffle in between to try and help with, obviously, trimming it down and not having it a crazy, crazy long episode. So without further ado, we'll crack into it and try and get ready for game number 1. Okay, the team is ready, as you can see, running in with our 4-2-4, running in with what is basically our starting 11. Couple of tired subs. We've got a couple of rotation players who are a little bit tired, the likes of Ozzy Kakai, the likes of Clark Salter. They're all sort of sitting there with a little bit of stamina missing on the bench. But up against a 5 at the back, you guys know how much I hate a 5 at the back. But just before we jump into game number 1, let's very quickly hear from today's video sponsor.
Do you need some more coins for your FIFA Ultimate Team? Then look no further than U7Buy. They're the cheapest and most reliable place to get your FIFA Ultimate Team coins. And if you use code HURSTY at checkout, you'll get yourself an extra discount. I want to say a massive thank you to U7Buy for sponsoring us. Don't forget that code HURSTY. Now let's get back to the video.
Okay, away to Luton. Not my favourite ground to go to. If you've been to the away end of Luton, it's a little bit mad. You literally walk in and around what feels like people's front doors. It's mental. But yeah, today we've got to come away with 3 points. Got to keep the trend of picking up points in the league and keeping our station at the top of the table, sitting pretty comfortable. That's what we need to do. Had a few mix and matches last episode, but we did obviously also have the introduction of what could potentially be a new future star at the club. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's crack on and let's see if we can take on Luton and come away with, as I said, as I always say, 3 important points. Come on, you Oz. Oh, it's a lovely little through ball there. Rob Dickey's done really well to read that and try and bring it away. And I'm just struggling with space. You can see how quickly they're closing us down in the midfield. They've been doing that basically since kickoff. And we've got to be careful as they're back on the attack here. Ethan Laird having to close his man down. Chris Willett come back and helping out a little bit. And Laird's done really well to win that. And now maybe Laird can actually start a bit of a counter-attack here. I've asked for a run from Hutton. We do eventually get it, and that is a beautiful ball as well from Ethan Laird. And Harvey Hutton is going to, just like that, score himself another goal in what is his breakthrough season. He is our Sinclair Armstrong, and he is having an absolute blinder. Lovely to see, again, really built from that counter-attack. Ethan Laird doing a fantastic job. And I asked for a run from Willock, but he didn't really start making it. So I asked for another run, and it triggered the one from Harvey Hutton, who has just walked through in that beautiful space from a lovely through ball from Ethan Laird. And that there is a very, very confident 1-0. Brilliant stuff. How many goals is that this season now for Harvey Hutton? That's 11 goals. Fair play to him. You'd be over the moon if your young, up-and-coming striker was bagging 11 goals in a season, let alone in half of one. So fair play, Harvey, mate. 1-0. Hutton plays it with Linden, who tries to play it through. It's a really good block there from the Luton defender in the end. That really could have been a problem. But in the end, very well defended and really did stop what could have been a 2-0. Elias Chair here, trying to bring this ball from deep. He's being closed down a little bit here by Bree, but now he's got a little bit of space for himself. And he's just going to keep going. I see that run from Chris Willock on the far side. It's going to go to Hutton instead, who does win the header just over the bar there. I was trying to flick that all the way to that far side. I don't know if you guys would have seen it. If you track it back, you'll see Willock does put his arm up to ask for it, just show for it. And I did see that run. I thought, you know what, back post, Ilias Hinter Willock. It's written in the stars, boys, but it wasn't quite to be. Hutton's header just over the bar. Oh, it's a lovely through ball. This is a problem. Not for Seny Dieng, though. That is a fantastic stop from Super Seny. He's done really well there in what could have been a real problem. Willock there just getting caught with a late slide in the middle of the park. We're going to rotate it around. Hutton now. Can he become provider as he plays it to Linden, who takes a lovely first touch around his man, and his second and third are even better as he finds the back of the net, doubles the lead and puts us comfortably in the front seat at the just coming up to the halfway mark. But that through ball was really nice there from Hutton. But that touch is absolutely phenomenal. The second just takes it away from the defender, and the third puts it well and truly away from the goalkeeper. Lyndon Dykes back in goal scoring, which is what we need to see from him. We need to see more and more goals. He was absolutely firing on all cylinders at the start of the season. Dried up a little bit in recent time with other goal scorers starting to contribute, but Lyndon Dykes makes it 2, and we're looking good right now. Referee blows the whistle for half-time, and 2-0 up we are, and it's very good to see. Really happy with that. Absolutely flying at the moment. Looking confident with it as well. Luton with five at the backs, I tend to struggle with finding that space. We've seen on 2 occasions our striker make the space for themselves. Ethan led with a beautiful through ball to Hutton to allow for the space for that first one. But on both occasions, the striker finding themselves plenty of room to find the back of the net. And it's great to see. It really is good to see. With games coming thick and fast, I am actually going to rest Sam Field, and we are going to give Dexter Howe 45 minutes of time on the pitch here. Just mainly, again, like I say, fresh legs, keep Sam Field fighting fit, because obviously we've got a busy sort of end of the month coming up, because December is a very, very busy one. So just gives us as much chance of rotation as possible, keeping those players for the starting 11 fit as long as possible and able to play as many minutes as we can. It's just really important in this busy period of the year, especially as we're looking to sort of stay at the top of the table. You know, we've got positions to hold on to. We've got people chasing to try and keep away from us. And this is looking pretty nice, by the way. Johansson here. Going to try and find this ball over the top here for Ilias. He does so. Little finesse. It's not really very good finesse there from Ilias Chair. That goes out for a throw. Not the shot I was after. That's a shame. But yeah, all about a bit of rotation. Obviously, getting Dexter Howe minutes I'm also about, because it just helps him maybe prove we've got somebody for the next season or two, really pushing into this starting team. If he can go up a couple of ratings and prove himself, he could play time. Whatever happens in the next season, he could get himself some minutes, which would be great for us. And obviously great to bring a couple of youngsters through. I love that. That's what I love about career modes. It allows you to have a bit more uniqueness. You know, no one else is going to have Dexter Howe in their saves in the way that we do. So I'm all about it. We get Howe on the ball here. Going to try a shot from range. Going to give him something to think about. I mean, I was asking a lot really there, wasn't I? Oh, hold on a second. Linden has won this, played it into Harvey Hutton, and Harvey Hutton, he does not miss at the moment. He simply does not miss. He has found his shooting boots, and he has kept them on for some period of time now. He is just bagging goals for fun. He's on his way to actually catching up to Lyndon Dykes. I think that's 12 now for Harvey Hutton. Really good header there from Lyndon. That's a really, really good job. And then that's 12 for Hutton and 16 for Dykes. Hutton is well and truly on Lyndon's tail for the golden boot at the moment. But with 20 minutes to go, you can see they've made a change. We're going to make a couple too. Give me one moment. Okay, I've made our 4 remaining changes. We've got Hutton, Willock, Laird and Johansson all coming off. I've brought on Lecco, Roberts, Ozzy Kakai, and I've brought on Luke Amos. Just basically, I went with the 4 tiredest players on the pitch. Took them off. Rest and rotate. At the moment, we're looking good for it. 3-0, we're sitting pretty. 20 minutes obviously gets some of these players some game time. Players like Roberts, again, apologies for the coughing. Players like Roberts, we need them obviously getting game time for the sake of his loan being kept up. But yeah, just keeps a few people happy, keeps a few people rested. I'm all about it. Lyndon takes it past one here. Got to be careful. Being closed down a little bit. Oh, that's not the best real chance there. But you can see by the clock, not much has happened, if I'm being brutally honest, since us making those changes. It's been a lot of both teams really losing possession in the middle of the park. And this is probably the best chance we've seen since those changes here. Ozzy with a man over there does really well to mark that, because I wasn't sure whether to go to the ball or whether to mark the option for a pass. I'm glad I did. But that is full time. Comfortably in the end, 3-0 win. Don't think there was ever really much pressure. Apart from that one time they had a through ball and Sonny had to make a really good save. That's really the most they offered, I have to say. So a comfortable win, 3-0. Looking good for it. I really can't get over that pass. That run was lovely. But Ethan Laird there with a beautiful through ball. And Harvey Hutton, the boy's on fire right now. The gap in the table is slowly starting to appear. 11 points clear now at the top of the tree, and we're looking good for it. I have to say, the boys are playing well. Up next, we've got Bristol City sat in a sort of mid-table obscurity at the moment. Let's take them on. You guys know the drill. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same starting 11 playing with the main team. 5 at the back. I'd say I'm surprised by now, but I'm simply not. I'll tell you something that isn't surprising either. Harvey Hutton has now gone up rating. He is now actually higher rated than Lyndon Dykes. He is now 73 rated, with Lyndon sat at 72. We know that Lyndon's max rating does peak at that for this season. He doesn't go up any higher than that, even with dynamic potential. That's him done for the season. So he might go up more by like the next season. He might go up 1 or 2, but as this season sits, Harvey Hutton will be higher rated by the end of the year. We know that for sure. Hopefully, what we also know is we can come away today with 3 very important points. It just would feel weird for me to not mention how important 3 points are in a game in the Championship. Chrissy Willock Tifo at the ready. You love to see it. And boys, I'm confident. Again, I've got to go into every game feeling pretty confident, just like I do in real life. I've got to go into this knowing that we've got a chance of coming away with something. So realistically, I expect us to do well today. Let's see if we live up to the expectation. Come on, you us. Hansen running through here. Lyndon Dykes making a lovely run, and that is a lovely through ball as well. Brilliantly found there from Johansson. Lyndon's going to have to go by himself because the run from Hutton was there, but the angle wasn't on. And I'll tell you what, the angle for the goal wasn't really on either. But Lyndon Dykes doing the absolute business. He just cannot stop scoring once he gets in a flow of goals. He's unstoppable. He really is. That angle is just so against him, and that is a beautiful goal into the side netting. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic. I also, by the way, loved the celebration. I'm all about that one. I don't know what it is I did, but I'll definitely be doing that one again. 17 in the league now, or in the season, whatever you want to call it, for Lyndon. You love to see it. 1-0. Chrissy Willock here. Going to try and bring it centrally. You know what? We're going to try a Trivella, because I feel like Chrissy Willock's somebody who actually could pull off a Trivella. It's a very good save, though, going into that bottom left-hand corner, down to the keeper's right. It really was a good save in the end. But yeah, I'm going to try and not use too many Trivellas unless it's a player that I think could actually pull them off. Someone like, for example, a Chris Willock or an Ilias Chair. They probably could do. Like this, for example. Ilias, very good save from the keeper. We'll have another corner from it. By the way, if I get a goal, a long-range goal, or a long-range chance with Rob Dickie, you better know I'm going to shoot with Rob Dickie from range. It just is going to happen. If you're a QPR fan, you understand that I'm just going to get the ball to the other box like this. Oh, I just wanted to turn and shoot. Hold on. The chance might still appear. Okay, it didn't. Sam Field, not a man for a Trivella, so I didn't. But yeah, a couple of chances you can see. We're looking pretty good. We're on the ascendancy. If we can keep them pegged back like that, lovely stuff there from Jimmy Dunn, then chances will come. More goals will be scored. I am sure of it. But Johansson now, inside. Lyndon Dykes with a finesse just over the bar. The pressure's good, boys. Half an hour in, and we could easily be a couple of goals up. It's been a very, very promising start. Lyndon here, just bursting through. Very good block there from the defence. The keeper diving very late. Really glad to see that boost I put on the keeper sliders has made a difference. Johansson here with the ball. I see that run from Hutton, but I also see the overlap here from Ilias. And Ilias is going to try and take it past this man. He's going to stop. Going to try and look back here. Finds Kenneth Powell. He's going to put the ball into an area. Lyndon Dykes didn't really push to it. The defender, I think, would have got there first anyway. But it's a shame. I'm trying to get a few more varieties of chances, because I realise that a lot of my chances recently have been through balls that defenders just haven't dealt with. I think my issue is that's the way to beat a 5 at the back, is isolate a man and then try and find the space in behind. But if I can do, I was going to say goals like this, but then Johansson hits it on his right, not his left. Doesn't really make a difference. But if I can mix the goals up a little bit, I'll try to every now and again. But half-time, we're looking good. I think 1-0 maybe not really flatters them, but I think it could have easily been a little bit more. I think if we'd have been a couple of goals up, I think that would have been fair. But we're making the most of it on a Christmas Day afternoon, don't forget. It's the 25th of December this game is happening, so you'll love to see it, the commitment from the boys. I think second half will stick with the same team. I don't think I need to make changes as of yet. We do have a game in 3 days' time, though, against Watford, so a little bit of rotation wouldn't go amiss, but I'm probably going to wait for maybe the 55th to 60th minute just to mix things up a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Hutton over the top here. Good block from the defender. Good couple of chances, by the way. Being stopped very well by good deflections, good blocks. And King, I think it is their number 10, has made a good number of them as well. A lovely little flick there. And a good chance here. This could be a problem. This is where not making the most of your chances really does bite you in the backside if that had ended up being more of a problem than it was there. But Chrissy Willock going to have to turn. Finds a bit of help in Sam Field in the middle of the park. Ethan Laird, lovely turn there. Going to play it back into Sam Field. Down to Johansson. Johansson going to bring it forward a little bit. And Johansson sees a bit of space open up in front of him. Very good save from the keeper down to his left there. It is a good stop. Sorry about the cough. And yeah, I'll probably get some changes ready when the ball next goes off. Changes will be made. Substitutions. Johansson sees a beautiful pass into Hutton here. Hutton, not the best first touch. And then because he's sort of like pushed or like there's contact as he takes the shot, he's put off balance. And it isn't going to be the best shot in the end. It's easy for them to clear as well. We're just not making clear-cut chances in the second half. It's very, very different from the first half where we were creating a lot more than this. Lyndon, lovely through ball. It's weighted not quite enough. I think if there was a little bit more on it, then maybe Hutton could have got there first. But in the end, the defender picks it up. Oh, it's a really bad clearance there from the Bristol City player, and Field a little bit unsure what to do with it. Going to play it into Willock. Willock can't quite take it past the man. That is a wasted chance. It's another example of sort of the difference between the first half and the second half. First half, I think we'd have been maybe through and had at least an effort on target, but second half, we don't feel as effective. I've had some changes skewed, by the way, from about the 57th, 58th minute. And yeah, the ball hasn't left the pitch yet, but it could do right here. It doesn't. You know what? I am going to be a bit cheeky here. I'm going to boot this off the pitch. Oh no, my attempt to a quick breakaway didn't work. I want these players off the pitch. I need some rest between the next couple of days. You can see the changes at the bottom of the screen there. Basically, the entire left-hand side. I didn't really realise I was doing that until I did it. But the entire left-hand side of the team has been changed. All 5 outfield players that have any form of left position have gone off the pitch there. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, this isn't good. What a last-second interception, tackle, whatever you want to call it, from Clark Salter. That could have been horrific. That could have been absolutely terrible. That was brilliant. Brilliant from Jake. And maybe a chance for a counter here. We've got a chance here with Hutton. No, the chance to play it through for Roberts had gone, and then we wasted it. Last chance maybe of the game here going Bristol City's way. Amos is trying to close them down, but they're going to work it around here. They're going to get it to Scott in the middle of the park. Amos is beaten there. They get it out here. Ozzy versus Wilson. Ozzy comes out on top, keeps the ball on the pitch as well. Just get it down the line. Would have won the goal kick, and thankfully, with them doing nothing at the end, it does win us the game. 3 very important points. That could have gone much, much worse there. That last-ditch tackle from Jake Clark Salter was genuinely huge. That could have been a big, big, big problem, but it wasn't, and that's what matters. Another 3 points, only 1 goal this time, but Lyndon Dykes, again, this goal here is just absolutely prime Lyndon at the moment. He is just, when he's in like this kind of vein of form, you can't stop him, and that's very evident. I do just like seeing every now and again, just having another little look and reminding myself that we are still atop of the tree, looking pretty good for it. Watford at the moment, 43 points. So they're probably just in and amongst the bottom, like around the playoff places. But we've only got 2 days to rest and recover. We'll see who's ready for it. So you'll see some rotation needed. Ozzy coming in at right back. Clark Salter coming in for Dickey. Howe getting a start here in what is quite an important game. Watford are no mugs, although they're not having the best of time. Obviously, one of the relegated teams, a tough team to come up against. And Hutton also quite tired, so Roberts is going to start. All of the changes are because of stamina. That's it, really. So let's go into it. Let's see how the boys do. Big test for Howe today. Very big test. Another 5 at the back as well. Well, here we are, Vicarage Road. A stadium I've been to, God, I think once or twice. I've definitely been a couple of times, but we will see if we can be the victors today. And again, one of the teams that you would, on paper, say definitely one of the toughest to come up against. Definitely one that you would have at the start of the season being sort of promotion favourites, or at least playoff favourites in a career mode sense at the very least. So it's going to be a tough one. We'll see what we can do. Again, a bit of rotation, couple of challenges, couple of players with something to prove today. One of which, obviously, the man on the ball now, Dexter Howe. All of it to prove. So much on the line from him today to really show if he's capable at this level at the very least. Let's find out. Come on, you Oz. Ozzy inside here to Roberts. Tyler Roberts going to try and lay it off to Willock. It's a good block in the end from the defender, and they're going to try and get it away, but Jimmy Dunn does very well. Stops any form of counter from forming pretty quickly. How lovely pass there to Willock. Oh, the touch from Willock's maybe not quite what he needed. That really did stop that chance. That could have been a very, very good chance if he'd controlled that ever so slightly better. Bit of work on a counter here from Watford. Got to be careful with Ozzy not to lose the wide man. He does come inside to try and make the difference, and does. Very good tackle. Needed to be as well. As I say, the space for the fullback was slowly appearing, but Ilyas Che going to try and play over the top here for Lyndon. Well blocked, well defended, and they put that away. Got to be careful here. Chance on the counter. Very good tackle there from Clark Salter. He's had a very, very good time on the pitch for the last couple of times we've played him. He really does bring something. He's no weakness. To have as a third option, I'm very happy with Clark Salter. He really does come on and do a job very, very often. He's quite unlucky to not get into the team more. But hold on a second. Dexter Howe from range. Is that the keeper? I don't know if you know if he's left or right-footed. Regardless, it wasn't a bad effort. Got to be careful here. Bio just getting away from Johansson. with relative ease. Just the pace of him, just to power through, sort of running like Eric Bunham does in real life. Just, oh, I was going to say, just the way he picks it up and just goes. That's the sort of player I can relate it to, with the way that he just sort of walked through as a little bit, like, not carelessly, effortlessly is the word I'm looking for. Just carelessly is what that pass was, if I'm being honest. Ozzy going to play it off here to Willock. Willock inside to Dexter Howe. Dexter Howe just going to try and burst through. Does so well, holds the ball up, can't quite play the pass down to Linden in the end. So it's a bit of a wasted chance, which is a real shame. It's a lovely ball over the top there. Powell with work to do as Gaspar touches it down very, very well. Got to be careful. See this out cleverly with a strike. Seny Dieng with the save, as if there was any doubt. Roberts bursting through here. Look at the run from Ilias. Can't quite see it. Roberts doesn't quite feel the same as Hutton, which is fair. Very different kind of players, but not a big fan of him at the moment. Not enjoying Roberts' card. The difference, the lack of attacking threat, it feels like, that Hutton provides. The burst of pace that Hutton provides. Just doesn't feel like Roberts really offers that. And it does feel like we're missing something up front because of it. So it's going to be a bit of a cagey 0-0 at half-time. Again, another game in 3 days' time. The rotation is going to prove to be a problem. 2 left-footed centre mids is not. It's not that that's proving to be a problem. That's not really the end of the world. I think at the moment it's just a slight. It's just. I think it's a. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a possession issue. I'm struggling when with the ball to create as much as I'd like to. So what I'm probably going to do is keep the team as it is for now. Maybe Lecco has to come on at some point. Maybe Hutton has to come on at some point. Rotation is needed. Just, I don't know when yet, but half-time 0-0, second half. Need a little bit more from the boys. Ilias Chair. Lovely ball. Linden, great first touch. Going to have to shoot a bit quicker than I'd like just because the players were closing him down. I maybe should have gone close post. But it's well blocked in the end. That's honestly one of the better chances we've had. That and the long-range effort from Howe. Really good tackle there from Kenneth Powell, by the way. Ilias Chair. Going to try a bit of a long-range effort. And I've wasted it. Lyndon Dykes here. Going to turn. Lovely pass into Roberts. Roberts is going to have to try and create something here. Create a bit of space for himself, firstly. Johansson on that left foot. Hits a defender. Willock can't quite close it down. Dexter Howe. You're not quite as tall as him, but he's done really well to win that, to be fair to him. Lovely ball there as well from Lyndon Dykes. Ilias going to try and dink it in there. And look who's there. It's Tyler Roberts. Sat there with all the space in the world. Lovely, lovely stuff. It's a little bit lucky. It's a little bit jammy, but it is going to be the opening goal. It's not that it's come out of nothing, but it just felt like it was obviously a really broken up attack, really poorly defended initially, didn't get the ball away. Dexter Howe winning the header, lovely. And then the ball from Dykes, the ball in from Chair, and Roberts just jogging on the spot. You can see 3 players just leave him. As I was saying, not to look, Kamara backs off. The centre-back's nowhere near him. It's like I was saying in a couple of episodes ago, or last episode. Sometimes the defenders just leave a man. They just leave him there in the middle of bloody nowhere. And that was a prime example of it. And Roberts makes the most of it. I think it's his first goal. It is. First goal for us. He's not been a particularly prolific goal scorer, but he does score today. And just before we get back into things, with half an hour to go, we are going to change some things up. Lyndon Dykes is going to come off. Again, I want him fit for the next game if I can. Lecco's going to come on. We're going to bring on Amos. And then we are going to bring on Dickey. I think for now, that's what we'll do. I'll probably rest Laird for the game because Ozzy won't start the next one. It will start Laird and Pal if we can. If I do need to, I'll take Pal off for Laird, swap Ozzy to be left back, that kind of thing, just to give them as much chance of playing. Like, you know, the likes of Hutton, the likes of Dickey. Hopefully they'll be fit and fighting for the next one because they're only playing for half an hour. So the stamina won't be as affected. That's my thought anyway. We'll see if that plays out. But it's 1-0. There's still time to go. 30 minutes. Still plenty to do. Got to be careful here on this wide attack. Gaspar, who is absolutely gassed by the looks of things. But Powell does really well to stand him up initially. With the fullback with work to do still. Good effort there, but well blocked from Rob Dickey. The pass was very nearly not quite as good as I thought. But now we've got Ilias Chair on the ball. Roberts going to try and make a run through. Does so very well. Could it be he scores none in 15 and then 2 in 1? Yes, he does. Roberts, mate. Lovely stuff indeed. Very well taken. The through ball from Ilias was pitch perfect. It was perfectly weighted. And the touch and then the finish from Roberts was absolutely class. This touch here, that touch to bring it down. And then on the bounce, on the half volley, the keeper's completely wrong-footed. It goes right into that side netting. It is a beautiful finish from Roberts. A man, again, that I say, doesn't get many chances has absolutely made the most of the chance today. Gets himself 2 goals. Fair play to him. Have to say, very impressed indeed. And that is going to be 2-0, both from Tyler Roberts. Lovely stuff. Elias Chair going to bring this ball forward. Going to try and turn. I forget he's only got 3-star skills. I don't see why he's only got 3-star skills, and that there is a problem. Sarr is bursting through. He's got a man with him as well. Clark Salter with a lot to do here. Got to just hold him up. Does so very, very well. Power is now back to help out. Clark Salter, very good interception, but Sarr tackles himself as well, and that is a goal back for Watford. Squeaky bum time. Yes, I think it is. 10 minutes on the clock, and that could prove to be a very important goal. It could be a consolation. We've got to try and make sure that it is only a consolation, as Watford do get one back, and fairly so. Pretty big celebrations. That all came from a couple of mistakes there. Clark Salter's done really, really well to stop that through ball with a little back heel, and then not so well. Sorry for the cough. Not so well to get rid of it. Senny, not much he could do. I mean, you could say he could put his arms out, but I can't complain too much when we've definitely had some poor goalkeeping go our way as well. 4th goal of the season for Ismaila Sarr, who does appear off the bench as he doesn't really get into their starting formation. They start a 5-3-2. So unless they play him as a striker, which evidently they don't happily start him as one, he doesn't really get into the starting 11. But not too long left. There's only 5 minutes on the clock now. Not the pass I was looking for. I was looking for a pass to Ilias. That would have been much better if it had gone to him. But only a couple of minutes. I'll keep you guys in the loop. You guys can see how the game closes out with me here. Lovely stuff. Oh, go on, Hutton. Oh, it's a bit of a... Oh, boys, I mean, what can I say? I was about to say it's a bit of a scuffed effort, and it was, but the keeper's just palmed it straight back to him. He's pushed it wide a little bit, but Hutton's the nearest player to that. There's no way Hutton doesn't get to that first and just taps it away. And just any form of worry that was there, it's completely gone. We get ourselves the third. Harvey Hutton puts the game to bed on the pitch for 20, 30 minutes. Bags himself a goal, because that is what he is doing right now. He is getting himself in the goals. He's getting himself on the score sheet, and he's doing it consistently, which is just so good to see, because obviously that's what we need from our potential future striker. You know, if we do go up, Hutton has got a real name to make for himself in the Premier League, and could really prove to be our main man if Dykes doesn't have the potential that we need him to have. But that is the main thing there, boys. That is 3-0, or 3-1, I should say, as we did concede. But that's a huge result. That's a very big win. I'm very happy with that indeed. Could have gone a bit wrong there. First half was a little bit meh, a little bit edgy, a little bit nothing going on. Tyler Roberts stepped it up in the second half. It has to be said. Fair play to him. And mate, Harvey Hutton getting the third. You do really love to see it. Okay, I know I said I was going to try and get the 4th game done today. Instead of getting the 4th game done, what I'm actually going to do is show you guys a couple of people we're potentially going to scout for January, and we'll finish December in the next episode and then start January in the next episode. So we'll sort of have that running through. So I've got a couple of things I'm just going to prep, and then I'll show you. Okay, so I have set up our scouts. We already had one in England. I've relocated a few of them as well. So we've got one going to Netherlands. We've obviously got our scout in England, got a scout going to Germany, and a scout in Portugal. And quite specifically, I'm looking at 4 different variants of players. So I'm looking for a pacey and prolific striker, looking for a first-team player that can play and get ourselves some free kicks improvements, a first-team quality player in any position, and then a strong, tall, good-in-the-air defender. Now, the reason I'm looking at these positions in particular, and I'm looking at the age range of 22 to 35, are these are positions that I feel like we need a little bit of depth in. Centre-back, obviously, we've got 3 very good centre-backs. We could maybe look for a 4th. Also, we could very easily get some tall fullbacks. So the defensive mind, the aerial threat, the strong. This is also going to include fullbacks, which is why I didn't just set it to centre-backs. Because at the moment we have, again, 3 very good fullbacks. We've got Ozzy, we've got Laird, and we have got Pal. But Laird is only on loan. I'd like to try and sign Laird if I can next season. That will be a priority for me. But 22 is the youngest age that you can sign players on a free. So that's why, or like pre-contract is what I'm looking for, sorry. So that is why I've set it to 0 to 1 year on contract, and I've set it to 22. If I'm wrong with it being 22, please do correct me. I'm fairly sure it's 22 though. So that's why I've set it to that. If we see anyone for free agents, we can maybe pick them up. There have also been some really good suggestions and stuff in the comments. And a few of those players we are going to look at. A few of those players we will potentially go to if we can't find the kind of players that we need. But I think based on this season, again, knowing that financial-wise, we've spent a lot of money. Yes, we have 7 million left, but I'm playing it off the the thought process that the club has to make money to spend it. And at the moment, we haven't made much money. We've spent a little bit, and you can see the general costs are more than what we have. We've got a lot more outgoing than we have incoming. So our expenses are 12 million, our earnings are 10. So we're 2.5 million down at the moment. So at the moment, to sign things or sign players or make signings, we're going to struggle to do that in a loss. So obviously, we're going to get money at the end of the season, depending on where we finish. If we get promoted, obviously, the money will be increased. But I'm going to be careful with the players we bring in and the amount of money we spend, because if things did go a bit wrong, then obviously we'd be in trouble FFP. You know, I prefer having a level of realism in that sense, running it like an actual club. So I am going to leave it there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you did, then please do leave a like on the video. Supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told any time that we upload a video. If you want to watch us on our live streams, it's Hersey Games over on Twitch and on TikTok. Links to both are down below. While you're down there, make sure you show some love to the channel sponsors. Thank you again for supporting the channel. But that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands in a bit.
Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, we'll say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hersey Games, yeah, you already know.